evening. Here is the world news from BGI TV, Baba Bagede Imo Television. I am Morire Rabila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the world news. Senate gets new minority leader, Chief Whip. Why we can't talk about security in Ewekoro, Chiefs. 2 soldiers among suspects arrested for collaborating in kidnap of Methodist prelates. Bandit kidnap village head son in Bauchi. Police detain Amira Sufyan over fake alarm on Twitter. Gunmen kidnap mother of APC senatorial candidates, Kiawa in Jigawa. Security hits scarcity hits Lagos, Abuja fuel sells 180 naira per litre as NNPC cuts supplies. Nigeria has 11 million of out-of-school children, highest in the world, World Bank. And to foreign story, EU adds West African jihadists to sanctions blacklist. And finally, sport. Kidnappers release former NFF secretary, ex-Eagles assistant coach. The news in detail. The Senate on Tuesday named the lawmaker representing the Federal Capital Territory, Senator Philip Aduda, as the new minority leader of the Senate to replace Senator Enyinaya Abaribe. Senator Chukwuka Utazi was also named as the Senate's minority whip to take over as Aduda's former position. The Senate President Ahmed Lawan announced the appointment while reading 2 separate letters signed by the National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, Samuel Anyanwu. Recall that the seat of the minority leader became vacant following the defection of Senator Abaribe Abia South from the PDP. Following the recent kidnappings and insecurity facing communities in Ewekolo local government area of Ogun State, uncertainty clouds the security of residents and their property in the area. Chiefs who spoke with correspondents in fear of the unknown refused to comment on the security status of their communities. Could be recalled that gunmen attacked a Celestial Church at Wasimi in Ewekolo, Ogun State in the early hours of Tuesday during a video service, kidnapping a pastor and a Sunday school teacher. While police claim to still be on trail of the kidnappers, the victims have regained freedom after a payment of money and other items were delivered to the kidnappers. A similar occurrence was recorded on the same axis at Cherubim and Seraphim Church on Ara Ojuiri in Obadaoko after a night video held in the church in October 2021. Still on insecurity, 2 soldiers who were implicated in the kidnap of the Methodist Church Nigeria prelate, His Eminence Samuel Kanu Uche, have been arrested. The prelate, along with the Methodist Bishop of Owerri Diocese, Right Reverend Dennis Mark, and the prelate's chaplain, were on Sunday, May 29, 2022, kidnapped in Umoniochi local government area, LGA of Abia State. His Eminence Uche later told journalists at Methodist Church, Yaba, Lagos State, that the abductors were Fulani, alleging that some personnel of the Nigerian Army of Fulani Extraction were aiding the kidnappers in their activities. According to the prelates, but the irony of it, where they were situated, the soldiers, all of Fulani Extraction, Nigerian soldiers, they were there at Lomara Junction, and those boys were going behind them. Meanwhile, they kept their cows somewhere, numbering about 200. However, indicators have emerged that some suspects involved in the abduction have been nabbed by Nigeria police operatives from Zone 9, headquarters Umahia, Abia State. In case you're just joining, you are watching the world news from BGI TV. More to come. Barely 24 hours after bandits attacked some communities in Al-Khairi Council of Bauchi State, killing 4 people and injuring several others, another group of gunmen have attacked Zira village in Toro local government area, where they abducted the village head Yahya Saleh Abubakar and his son Abibu Saleh. Speaking on the incident, the district head of Lame, Aliyu Lame, said that the incident happened on Saturday night and Kidnappers are yet to contact the family. Last Saturday night, the village head of Zira was abducted with his son by kidnappers, and the abductors are yet to contact the family of the victims. It is time for the federal government to look into what is happening, particularly in northern Nigeria, he said. The Federal Capital Territory Police Command has detained a Twitter user, Amira Sufyan, who raised alarm via a Twitter handle that she and 16 other residents of the territory were kidnapped. Daily Post records that Amira, on June 14th, alleged that she and other 16 victims, including 3 pregnant women and 2 children, were kidnapped at gunpoint in the nation's capital by men in the police uniforms. The tweet triggered tensions across the country as stakeholders called on the police to intensify efforts in ensuring that she and other alleged victims are released on oath. A few days later, the FCT command said the tweet was found saying there was no kidnapping incident as alleged by Amira. It was regarded that on Tuesday that the FCT command detained Amira for raising false alarm amid the insecurity ravaging the nation. Still on insecurity, unknown gunmen have kidnapped 70-year-old mother of the Jigawa Central Senatorial District candidate for the All Progressive Congress APC, Tijani Ibrahim Gaya. State Police spokesman DSP Lawan Shisu Adam confirmed the incident to newsmen. He said the 70-year-old victim, Ajia Jaya, was abducted from her house yesterday night in Kiawa Town, Kiawa local government. Shisu disclosed that after receiving the reports, police officers were mobilized to arrest and rescue the victim unarmed. A source close to the victim said the criminals, numbering about 10, stormed the victim's house at about 9:30 p.m. on Monday night and kidnapped the victim after shooting in the air. Kiawa was a former member of the House of Representatives for Kiawa Dutse constituency under the People's Democratic Party (PDP). He came to the All Progressive Congress after he lost the PDP gubernatorial ticket to Aminu Ibrahim Ringin during the 2015 primary elections. Moving forward, still on the scarcity of fuel rocking the nation, fuel queues hit major cities of Lagos, Abuja, and Ogun on Monday, forcing motorists to spend hours at filling stations. In Lagos and Ogun State, the Punch witnessed long queues at several filling stations such as Mobil, Capital, Fat Babes, Enyo, Total Energies, and NNPC. Though there were products at these filling stations, which also sold at 165 naira per litre, motorists struggled to get gasoline with which they run the economic lives. There were also queues in states bordering the FCT, including Nasarawa and Niger. In the Federal Capital Territory, there were long queues at various filling stations such as NNPC, Mobil, AA Rano, AYA Ashafa, Enyo, and among others. Still on the national news, through the world news from BGI TV. There is a report. The World Bank has said that Nigeria has the highest number of out-of-school children in the world, with 11 million pupils recorded in 2020. The Nigerian out-of-school children was 15 million in 2003. According to the Global Financial Institution, the number of school children under review who are between 6 to 15 years increased by 100% between 2003 and 2020. This was disclosed in the World Bank document titled Nigeria Development Update June 2020, the continuing urgency of business unusual. It revealed that the number of in-school children in 2003 was 20 million and has increased to 40 million in 2020, stating that the population of Nigerian children aged 6 to 15 years in 2003 was 35 million and 51 million in 2020. From that story, we'll go straight to the foreign story. The European Union on Monday added 3 Al-Qaeda-linked jihadist commanders in West Africa to its terrorist sanctions blacklist for attacks in Mali and Burkina Faso. The new asset freezes and visa bans target Sinan Etta and Salem Khoud Brehimat, senior commanders within the UN-listed Al-Qaeda-affiliated Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam wal-Muslim JNIM in Mali, as well as its Burkinabe branch and Ansarul Islam and its leader, Jafar Diko. The sanctioned group and individuals are responsible for several terrorist attacks, including against civilians, the UN peacekeeping mission in Mali, and defense and security forces in Burkina Faso, the EU said. The activities contribute to the expansion of the terrorist threat in Western Africa and therefore pose a serious and continued threat to the EU and to regional and international stability. Finally, sports. It is a good news to the NFF. Kidnappers have released a former secretary of the Nigeria Football Federation, Alhaji Sani Toro, former assistant coach of the Nigeria Super Eagles, Garba Yila, and one of their friends, Alhaji Issa Jah, from captivity. The Punch had reported that Toro, Yila, and their friend were kidnapped at the village around Akwanga in Nasarawa State. They left Abuja at about 5 p.m. on Saturday after attending the wedding of the son of the former NFF president, Aminu Maigari, and were kidnapped at about 7:30 p.m. A family source had told correspondent on Sunday that the kidnappers had contacted their host, Maigari, and demanded that the sum of money before releasing them. However, they were said to have regained freedom at about 5 a.m. on Tuesday. This is after spending over 60 hours in captivity. That was the world news from BGI TV. But before we go, some major headlines of the world news. We brought to you: Senate gets new minority leader, Chief Whip. Why we can't talk about security in Ewekoro, Chiefs. And to another story, gunmen kidnap mother of APC senatorial candidate, Kiyawa in Jigawa. And finally, sports. Kidnappers release former NFF secretary, ex-Eagles assistant coach. Thank you for watching. For more updates on our YouTube, the handle is Bababa Imo TV. Kindly subscribe. Click on the notification bell, select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page to access our updates. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22. For other placements of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, kindly dial on the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Moriwe Rabila Lawa. Good evening.
Oh, na, na, na. If you want to know what's going on in city, or you want to listen to the latest news and gist, no stress, oh, just tune to BGI TV. BGI TV, you are one in a million.